Warning: the following audio podcast may include language of an adult, nonsensical, repetitive, and quite frankly, moronic nature. On the plus side, if you watch the video version, you get to see two sexy motherfuckers. Enjoy the show.
What have you done? What are you wearing?
Don't question it, just roll with it, tiny baby.
Don't call me baby.
What about mini baby? Like this mini fridge?
No, Ken, this is my dream house. It is my dream house! It's mine!
No, this is no longer Barbie's dream house. This shall henceforth be known as Ken's Mojo, Dojo, Casa house.
You don't have to say dojo and house.
And Casa.
But you do because it feels good. Try it.
Mojo, dojo, casa.
And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Welcome to Waffle Box, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time. Come back to episode 141. K-pop fans are pretty insane. Who'd have thunk? Ryan Gosling wins all the awards that matter at this week's Oscars. Mike Tyson is back, and much, much more. I'm Mike Fish, and I'm Mike Fish, and I'm Mike Fish. I'm Mike Fish, and I'm joined as always by the main man for San Fran, Mr. Kush. It's Kush. How you doing, buddy?
What's good, y'all? Kush Hayes here, coming to you after celebrating Oscar's biggest night. It's the People's Podcast. It's the Waffle Box. It's the best part of Wednesdays. You've accepted no substitutes because you love us, that we do this, and we do this because we love you. And let's get this bitch open. Yeah!
Ooh.
I think the last time we had champagne on this show, or sparkling wine at least, was the 100th episode. Oh.
Marvelous. Anyway, are you going to ask how our producer's doing?
I keep forgetting about that kid these days. Producer Lathan, what's shaking, dude?
Sup, Kush. Doing just dandy as always. I know we're probably going to talk about the Oscars from this past Sunday, but can we all agree that Ryan Gosling deserves all of the awards and flowers for his performance of I'm Just Ken? It was a 10 out of 10 performance for me, but once Slash showed up, they seriously turned it up to 11.
It was a great performance, no doubt, man. Like, surpassed whatever I was expecting they could possibly do. Yes, I liked seeing Slash there, but also I was like, Slash is like 60 now, and for some reason has 3 chins. And
now I'm less, excited to announce that, oh, look, he's English. Not many people know that, but he is English.
I did not know that. I thought I knew everything about Slash too. That's amazing.
Born and raised in jolly old London, and if you actually talk to him, he has a slightly English accent.
Fascinating.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a fantastic. The Oscars for me this year was a general win, and I had lots of fun watching it, but for not the reasons like. Oppenheimer won lots of awards, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I think the winners for me were Ryan Gosling because his performance was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But also he co-hosted an award with
Emily Blunt.
And
they have a movie coming out in May.
Their interaction was fantastic.
Yeah, they're a good team.
But then also, and I in jest text you that they should host the 4 awards, but Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito's interaction was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. Maybe the whole award show might be a bit much, but their interaction with Michael Keaton was fantastic.
Yeah, I understand a lot of that stuff was all off the cuff. Like they didn't go over that with Keaton.
You could, the State Farm commercial that Arnold Schwarzenegger's part of.
Yes,
it's supposed to seem like. I would not be shocked that they tried to sketch a lot of this stuff out, but Arnold Schwarzenegger is just at this point where it's like, nah, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. And so I think that was a lot of, I would not be shocked if that was a lot of him and Danny DeVito just riffing against each other and having fun.
I agree. I believe they went off prompter. I believe they're supposed to be making a bunch of twins jokes, and instead they're just going like, "Hey, we're both Batman villains. What about that?" So
I was before. It was funny that because I'm a huge fan of Twins. The movie is amazing, and I know we text behind the scenes that because obviously there was a big rumor that they might be doing a sequel called Triplets with Eddie Murphy, and I think we both agree that that would not be great.
that was one of the best things that Disney did when they picked up Fox was shit can that project as soon as they could. That and Die Hard 7 or whatever, Die Hard 0,
wherever
whatever was supposed to be.
now. But I would not be against, like again, like I said to you, I would not be against some kind of additional twins stuff. But yeah, that's that.
Well, do you want
triplet
twins
stuff
or
would
do you
not be
want
great.
DeVito and Schwarzenegger together?
I just want Schwarzenegger and DeVito together. That'd be
okay
because they're fun. They seem fun together.
Okay. I sat it out, but did you ever see Junior?
Ooh,
that's the one where Arnold gets pregnant.
Yes.
Okay. Like I said, I sat it out, but that's
maybe only once, but because I'm not super familiar with that.
I understand it wasn't as fun as Twins.
But yeah, I could, like I said, I text you maybe like a Where Are They Now mockumentary that could be fun. But they obviously still have very good comedic, or Danny DeVito just has very good comedic timing, and Arnold Schwarzenegger is Arnold Schwarzenegger because that where it's like how Batman got you, and Arnold Schwarzenegger stumbled over his lines of like he used the one thing against me, and then Danny DeVito just perfectly timed went. Is that it was Danny DeVito has good comedic timing. Arnold Schwarzenegger does not have good comedic timing, as we found out, but they work together somehow. So it worked out. And Michael Keating is Michael Keating. There you go. So that was a highlight for me for the Oscars, to be honest. That one and the performance. How was your watching? So, did we get how deep did you get into the John Cena stuff? Sorry, this jumped in. Have you seen it? Have you seen the John Cena stuff?
Yes, I've seen. Well, is there more stuff? Because I saw the bit he did where he was naked. So is there more than that?
Yes, on social media.
So I've not seen the John Cena stuff then. Or are we talking about the memes where like the sign is different or what?
No, sorry. So I could see your face. You was like, "Where the fuck are you going with this, Mike?" I apologize because I was about to just throw it to you and say, "Hey, what was your highlights of the Oscars?" But then, as soon as I said that, I remembered. So on social media, Twitter/X. So the conspiracy is, and you'll know it's always fun when it's a conspiracy, is that John Cena is currently being entered into a Illuminati embarrassment phase where he is have to embarrass himself so he can be accepted into the Illuminati. Have you seen? So you haven't seen that, I'm assuming. No. Yeah, so that's the thing apparently. So he's being forced to embarrass himself by going naked on the Oscars because that's what Harvey Weinstein would want. I don't know. I didn't get too deep into it, but it's like there are some people out there are scary as fuck with the way they think, and it's
definitely a different one. I would love to know other examples of those who have also been humiliated to join the Illuminati, but I guess then we would know who's in the Illuminati. So, that's ridiculous. John Cena is fearless though, because that shit should have been straight up embarrassing. Like, I don't know how one is to recover from that, but he will figure it out. That much I do know.
But here's the thing: to throw back to Dan DeVito, but comedic timing is everything.
Oh, sure.
And the fact that he slowly walked out naked. Well, naked. Apparently, he had like the nude underwear, whatever. But he slowly walked out naked with the envelope covering his penis, and then so costumes are important. It was like the perfect. It was such a good bit. I don't know where people was like, oh, this must be a an Illuminati thing. So no, it was just a very well-timed comedy bit with a guy who's pretty good at comedy timing, apparently. Like,
Yeah,
I thought it was funny.
it was good. Can't really add that. I saw them saw cell phone footage on Facebook today or yesterday, whenever we did this, showing how they, as soon as the lights went down and they started, these are the nominees, blah 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 blah,
And they dressed him.
They dressed him very quickly.
Yeah,
It's just it was a curtain or a sash or it was whatever, but yeah.
Some people just can't have fun anymore. They have to read too much into shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought the Oscars was pretty good, and I liked the fact that they started earlier, so it didn't drag on. It didn't feel like it dragged on too much, and so it ended. Although, last thing we have to mention about the Oscars, Al Pacino was like, "This shit's dragging on too long," I guess. Where he was like, "Oh, I'm about to introduce the 10 nominees for the Best Picture. Actually, no, fuck it. I'm just going to announce the winner. Fuck it." And he just went straight into it.
The True Hollywood Reporter has reported that Pacino says the producers told him to do that. So, whatever. Considering those are the most controversial things that happened at this year, is a pretty clean event. I don't mind them starting the hour early, but somehow the show still was 4 hours long. Like, it's just, yeah, less is more. We talk about this all the time. And then they started doing the thing with the actors and the actresses where 5 previous winners came out and all gave it. And I was just like, no, I was just glad they didn't do that the entire ceremony.
Man, it seemed to catch a lot of people off guard at the end of it, but I was happy with it because, yeah, I'm because like the bit I was worried that they were going to do a bit where, because they did for the best actor and best actor, female actor, where they had like 5 people, 6 people come out and then
I was just talking about
dialogue. But it was too much, right? It was too much.
A little too precious. A little too
yeah,
precious.
You're right.
And that
right.
made it drag on longer than it needed to be.
So even though I know you mentioned it, but I'm saying I was worried that they were going to do the same thing for the motion picture.
Yeah.
And so I'm, whether it was planned or not planned, I'm glad Al Pacino just wrap this shit up. Let's go.
Yeah, we'll just have to take his word for it that a producer told him to do that, but I think he might have botched on that one, but whatever.
I think he botched it, but you know what, Al Pacino, you've earned that. You've earned that. We'll let you go. It could have been worse. You could have announced the wrong winner.
Yes.
So there you go. There's the Oscars. Last thing before, I guess we're already in the top stories. Before we hit the top stories, I was texting you earlier. Mike Tyson is back in the news.
Yeah, I'm excited about this.
Where he is fighting brother of WWE Intercontinental Champion Logan Paul. He is fighting Jake Paul, apparently, in a boxing match. And I don't get it. Like from okay, in a weird way, I get it from Mike Tyson's point of view because now I think he's what, like 68 or something?
Yes. 58. Still up there. Still up there.
Yeah, so Mike Tyson's back.
He's back in pod form.
I'll find that way out. So win or lose, it's Mike Tyson. Who cares? So I don't understand this from the Jake Paul situation because
what don't you understand?
I mean, other than the money he's going to make, obviously he's going to make a lot of money from this. But what is his? I guess his motivation must be just money at this point because even if he beats Mike Tyson, everyone's just going to be like, well, yeah, Mike Tyson's nearly 60. Who cares?
So it hasn't been officially announced yet, but it's going to be just an exhibition match. That means there's no rankings in this. Obviously, there's not a title. Both fighters are getting paid what they're getting paid, regardless of the outcome. But this is like what's in it for Jake Paul is now he gets to say, like, I've fought Floyd Mayweather, I've fought Mike Tyson, I fought that blah blah blah, that one guy, and out of so far he's only lost one event. Francis Ngannou is who I was trying to think of. I don't know if this dude is looking to get ranked and try and win a title, but again, because of the age difference and the weight difference, this this has to be an exhibition bout. There's no other way around it. So, but yeah, mid-July, AT&T Stadium, and it's going to be on Netflix for free.
So I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah,
because I again where I'm looking, this is a lose-lose for Jake Paul. Because even if he wins, oh well, you just beat an old Mike Tyson. But I could very much see, because as with boxing, there's always a puncher's chance, as they always say.
Mhm.
And Mike Tyson can punch.
Yeah,
And so
Mike has not lost it.
I would not be shocked if Jake gets knocked the fuck out.
I believe a lot of people are going to tune in just for that dream, that wish. Jake Paul is doing a great job of playing bad guy athlete. So he just talks a lot of shit. And people tune in to watch him get knocked out, which hasn't happened yet.
But I haven't followed his career religiously, but I think this is his first opponent where you're like, the guy has a punch. Like Mike Tyson, if anyone has a puncher's chance to knock this guy out, then it'd be very interesting to see.
It seems pretty across the board that everyone is expecting Tyson to win this fight. I'm gonna, because I've said exhibition now a few times now, I reason to believe it's gonna just end in a draw, which will just be ultimately disappointing because you want to see a win. You want to see someone win, you want to see someone lose. You don't want to see them hug it out and go like, "Thanks for the opportunity, man,"
and then hug.
Yeah. And then where was I going to go with this? It's whatever. I've only seen one person reply, like the morning this news came out, like I texted you, texted 20 other people, lots of ha-has, and he's going to get knocked out and blah, blah, blah. But only one person went like, you think Tyson even has a chance? And I was like, I had to like look around to make sure I wasn't being punked or whatever. Like, is there a camera here? Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Tyson's going to be fine.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be shocked either way. I wouldn't be shocked if Mike Tyson loses this fight. But does Mike Tyson have a chance? Yes, he has a fucking chance. Have you seen The Hangover? Like, he's still got it. That
isn't what my reference would be, but okay.
Yeah.
So, Tyson came out of retirement 2 summers ago and fought Roy Jones Jr. in an exhibition bout, and it ended in a draw. I forget where I was. I didn't get to see it, but when I read the result, I was like, oh yeah, of course that's how it ended. Tyson is 55 or whatever, and Roy Jones Jr. he actually hasn't been the same since he had his first loss, and that was like 20 years ago now.
But this is two people that have respect for each other, and we're both in this for the same reason. Okay, let's just hug it out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if Mike Tyson is incredibly inspired to get his punching fist out.
You only have to hit Tyson wrong once for that to happen. So, not impossible.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll be watching. I'm not expecting an incredible fight, but I am holding out some hope that Mike Tyson will just destroy this guy, because why not?
Why not?
Why not? Anyway, oh Jesus Christ, that's a lot that happened. Anyway, what happened in your life? Did anything interesting happen in your life this week before we hit to top stories?
No, not really. It was a pretty mellow weekend. I worked a Warriors game, and it was one of those days where like, man, everything is going so smooth and so wonderful, and it's light, and like whatever team was here yesterday, like the crew got to leave all the equipment in, so like we didn't have to set nothing up. And then that final half hour of the shift, I unplugged something I wasn't supposed to, and there was drama. That's all I can say. We'll be fine. We have a job again.
I had a situation where my dog had diarrhea this weekend.
Oh, lovely.
And right. So normally, I live on the second floor of a 2-family home. So normally, if my dog wants to go out to the bathroom, it's not that simple. I just pick her up, walk her down 1 flight of stairs, let her out, and she knows where to go. She walks. I can keep an eye on her. She comes back up. It's not a big of an issue. But this weekend, I was visiting someone who lives on the 3rd floor of a Brooklyn apartment. And so it's like the streets of Brooklyn. So if I take her out, I have to put the harness on, I have to attach the leash. And so when she decided, I'm going to have diarrhea. So every single time she wanted to go out, I had to put her harness on. I had to attach the leash. I had to carry her down 3 flights of stairs. And then I had to walk her to some form of dirt or grass so she could poop. And I had to do that like every hour, on the hour, throughout the night. And
at some point, why even take the harness back off? Like,
yeah, that's a fair point. But so thankfully now we fasted her for 24 hours, and now she's good to go. She's back on a regular diet and not. It was like, for those watching the YouTube version, you can get this right, but for the audio listeners, go to youtube.com/@waffleboxpod. It got to the point where she walked outside and I could see her, she squat, and it was like a faucet. Like,
that's gross.
It was disgusting. My God, what the fuck did you eat? Like, because she must have picked up something, I don't know, from the streets.
Well, it's just it's good that she still has that amount of control, that she didn't diarrhea on you or the carpets. But I was expecting that to come up at some point in the next 3 minutes, but no. Good.
Thankfully not. So she's back on the K. And then as we are releasing this on Wednesday the 13th of March, just quick shout out, even though I've just been bitching about her, but shout out to my little dog Oreo. Tomorrow, March 14th, is our 4th gotchaversary. So it's 4 years since we adopted her.
Okay.
So she's been in our house for 4 years tomorrow. So shout out to. I don't think Oreo watches this podcast, which is a bit, it's a bit disappointing.
She's on it.
She should support your father, but whatever. But still, I'll give her a shout out. So thanks, Oreo, for being in my life for 4 years. Daddy loves you. Anyway, all right, let's crack in to this week's top stories. And oh my God, there's some doozies. There's some doozies. So, Lathan, if you could, hit the jingle. Let's kick this into gear.
It's now time for this week's top stories.
This week's first top story comes to us from Korea, South Korea, not the crazy Korea, South Korea. But so, do you remember a couple of weeks ago we were talking about Harry Styles, and Harry has like a crazy fan.
Okay, yeah. Well, I remember us talking about stalkers. I forgot it was Harry Styles.
So, shockingly, this might like catch you off guard, but K-pop musicians also have some interesting fans.
Oh man.
So recently, news that K-pop star Karina was in a relationship with actor Lee Jae-wook recently got out to the public, and everyone was super happy and excited for the couple, and everyone lived happily ever after.
That's some good Enyeon there. We learned that from that movie. That was, anyways.
Except I might have been lying. So fans of Karina, after the news that she was in a relationship, fans of hers reportedly drove a truck to her agency with an electronic billboard attached with the message, and I quote, "Is the love given to you, Karina, by fans not enough? Why did you choose to betray us? Please apologize directly. Otherwise, you will see a decrease in album sales and empty concert seats."
Look, I'm not going to judge anyone here, but secretly I totally am. But if you're seriously making a decision as to whether to buy tickets to see a woman's show based on the fact that you still hold out hope that you might bang her one day, you really need to take a long, hard look in the mirror and come to the realization that you're a fucking weirdo. No offense.
Yeah.
I think Lathan hit that one right on the head.
So, right, you're thinking, right? Okay, so the fans are going nuts, right? So they're like, "How dare you have an adult relationship, bitch?" And so, like, oh well, how's she gonna? They're demanding that she apologize. How does she react to this? Well, yeah. So, yeah, she. What do you think her response was? Did she continue to live her life? Did she tell her fans to go get a fucking life? No, Katrina or Karina
gave him DX chops and told him to
no,
suck it. Oh.
no, she responded by taking to Instagram, hoping to quote heal the wounds between her and her fans.
Oh dear.
So she wanted to heal the wounds, quote, she had inflicted on her fan base, saying, quote, I apologize for surprising you greatly, promising to show a more mature and hardworking side in the future. Like, what the like?
I wish she would have followed Beyonce's example and just told him to shut up and suck a dick.
Just shut the fuck up, bitch. Like, what the fuck? Like,
the great Beyonce Knowles Carter.
You're empowering them at this point, Karina. I'm sorry. I don't want to judge women, but you fucked up on this one. But unless you don't know, Karina apparently is a member of the girl group aespa, which made their debut track in 2020 with the single Black Mamba, which it's a snake.
Sure.
And I think it's a Kill Bill reference, wasn't it? Black Mamba.
And it was also the nickname for Kobe Bryant. He was the Black Mamba
because of his big penis. That's was that not why he got given that nickname?
Maybe.
I'm sure. Stereotypes. What are you gonna do? But yeah, like, geez, like, wait, no, don't apologize. You're just encouraging this shit. Like, just live your life, Karina. But there you go. Anyway, now we move to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which, you know what? Let me just get this out of the way. Pennsylvania, as a man lives in New Jersey, as a fan of the New York Giants, let me just say Pennsylvania, go fuck yourself. You know, because apparently, I don't know if you saw this, but as we're recording this, Saquon Barkley, formerly of the New York Giants, has signed the Philadelphia Eagles, which now means he's dead to us, and he might soon see his car burned to the ground. But yeah, I'm not going to say.
I get it. I don't know that gentleman, but I will know him a lot less after that transfer.
Like, why would you do that?
You could have gone anywhere, and you chose to go to the rivals. Yeah, a baseball player whose name I actually do forget, but he grew the big beard and had a big hand in us. I believe winning the second World Series in 2012. And he did the whole thing where he's a straight edge guy and he did that bullshit. Anyway, went to the Dodgers, and then immediately ended up like back in the minors. It was weird.
Like, at the end of the day, with sports, we'll get into this story in Pittsburgh in a minute, but hey, go get your money, man. Go get your money. Support your family. I'm all for that. But if you have the choice of, I don't know numbers, but let's just say you have a choice of, I'm going to go for this team and my life will be easy for $10 million a year, or I can go with this team for an extra $2 million a year, but I'm going to get a lot of shit. Like, the difference between 10 and 12, it's why are you just... Like, I'm not saying he should choose his team based on my opinions, but make your life easy for just the difference between 2 million. I don't know. He made his choice, I guess. And now he's... Let's see how that works out.
Now he's going to get run over next season.
Yeah, he's not going to be welcome in New York and New Jersey, and it's just going to be... Saquon Barkley, you moron. And I have a jersey with his name on, which is never now going to come out of my closet. It's going to live in now, but the rest of it exists.
That's got to
maybe
hurt.
Goodwill, maybe some moron will buy it from Goodwill. Anyway, so Pennsylvania, we go to Pennsylvania. So a naturalism. There you go. Group has announced the bowlers will be able to roll in the nude at its upcoming Balls Out Bowling event.
Oh, dear.
So the Pittsburgh Area Naturalists Group announced it has rented out Crafton Ingram Lanes in Pittsburgh for its Bowling in the Buff event coming up in April 28th, where they say, quote, nudity is required, naturally, quote, with the exception that women can wear bottoms, the group said on the event page. Anyone who wants to shed their clothes for a night of balls out bowling needs to purchase a $25 ticket in advance.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I appreciate that naturism isn't about sexualizing the human body, but celebrating its beauty and feeling confident enough about yourself and free to shed the modern-day conformity that nudity is a taboo and only acceptable behind closed doors. But if you're a woman and you're showing up to this event wearing bottoms, then you're not a naturalist. Never have I watched a David Attenborough documentary and seen a gorilla wearing jorts.
I mean,
Producer Lathan's apparently very passionate about this subject, but yeah, my whole thing is it's going to be all the most unattractive people too. That's it. There's not going to be one good-looking person in this group.
yeah, but I see where it's like. It's not a naturalist if you're wearing shorts anyway. Quote, balls out bowling. You can't quote balls out bowling if someone's wearing shorts, whether they're man or woman. It's just anyway. Balls out bowling is the ultimate bowling experience for anyone who loves to have fun and show off their skills in the buff. It's very specific. The event is open to bowling fans of all skill levels who are over the age of 18. That's good. The group stressed that safety and privacy will be paramount during the event, with no photography or video recording allowed. Quote, sexual activity is not permitted. Nudism does not equal consent, and harassment will not be taken lightly. Violators will be asked to leave the event. So, like, it's just weird to me. Like you're gonna do it. If you're gonna do it in a nude, do it in a nude. But don't have exceptions. It's just because that's, I don't know. It's just a bowling event.
Yep.
And why am I paying $25?
So that you can sit on a little piece of paper on a hard plastic seat.
Oh, a piece of paper if you're lucky, because you're probably gonna have to. You're gonna get some like black line bag. Like, just don't put your balls on the seats, please.
I was thinking more like butcher's paper, like at the doctor's office.
It's what about the staff? What about the staff at the bowling alley? Did they have?
Oh, jeez.
I mean,
I'm gonna imagine the staff gets to wear clothes that day, but they're all gonna be just like, fuck, not balls out bowling today. Oh, that was today. I should call in sick.
Fuck's sake. Oh, of course it's balls out bowling. But to be fair though, maybe it's just my weirded out mind. But I just imagine whenever there was an event promoted about, hey, men and women, you are welcome to come strip naked and joining our activity. I just assume it's just going to be all men. Like they've put the proviso in that there's like, oh, hey, women, if you want to wear shorts, you can wear shorts. No women involved into this event. This is going to be all guys.
It's already a bowling event, so yeah, it's going to be all men. So
yeah, just hey guys, if you want to see women naked, just hedge your bets.
Not boobs out bowling, unfortunately. It's balls out bowling.
Well, just so we're gonna organize an event. We're gonna watch it's an all naked viewing of Downton Abbey. Like that, you'd have a good chance then. It's bowling. It's just, I don't know. But look, I'm not a naturist. That word.
You're not that guy.
And I'm not a naturist. There we go. But even so, I've never of all the activities, where you know what, this could be way more fun if I was naked. Bowling isn't one of them. it seems dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Because imagine
You're gonna go flopping around. You're gonna end up like just smacking your own thigh. And you're like, ah,
yeah.
yeah.
Like
You gotta have support. You have some support.
Like I can see that every now and again, every now and again, once a year, there's a thing. I don't know exactly when it is in the year, but there's like a naked gardening trend where people just go out to their backyard and just trim their bushes in the nude and stuff like that. But I can get that because it's like you're going into nature naturally. But like bowling, I don't know. It just seems odd.
Someone in the Bay Area was trying to organize a pants off subway ride. If I understood correctly, you could like still wear your shirt and all that, but the objective was no pants. Maybe you're still wearing your underwear, but no pants. A lot of people immediately dismiss this because you're like, you're gonna get like a staph infection or whatever, like going on the BART without any pants. Oh my god, no, thank you.
It's like let's organize a lick your bus seat Wednesday. No, I'm good. That doesn't seem safe to me. But who was this guy? Do you remember his name?
No,
who was trying to do the pants off?
No, this was pre-pandemic. This was a whole other lifetime ago.
Oh, might have been whole newborns by then. But yeah, that also comes under the category of very specific, like where he was like, he met a woman on the bus or the bar. I want to try to get her pants off. How can I do this? Oh, you know what? I'm going to organize a pants off Wednesday or something like that. Hopefully she turns up. Unfortunately, no one arrived. Bless him. But there you go. So yeah, if you want to, so this is April 28th. So you got plenty of time to search for Bowling in the Buff. And if you ever want to go to Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, hometown of Kurt Angle, Olympic gold medalist, WWE, former wrestler, and you want to bowl in new, $25 is all it's going to cost. And if you go, let them know Waffle Box sent you. There you go. Anyway, all of those people have achieved things, but did they get a certificate from a Irish brewery? I don't think they did. But there's time to talk about someone that did. It's now time for this week's Dumb World Record of the week.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why?
Why? Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
Oh, Kush. In the 141 episodes that we have done this podcast, did you ever think that I would be like highlighting the state of Wisconsin?
Yes, but I'm positive we've done this before.
Probably, maybe. I'm just talking shit about Wisconsin now. Feel bad. But yeah, Donald Gorsk. All right, maybe I was talking. Okay, so I'm going to explain the world record, and then I'm going to explain why I'm kind of not feeling it. I'll be honest, I'm not feeling it.
All right.
So Donald Gorsk of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, which sounds fancy. So he currently holds and recently broke the same world record for the Guinness World Record for most Big Macs eaten in a lifetime.
In a lifetime. Okay.
So in 2023, he extended his record by eating 728 Big Macs in 2023, which brought his lifetime total to 34,128 Big Macs.
Jeez, how much does this gentleman weigh?
It doesn't. I feel that information was purposely held from us. But before we get into the whole, you're just eating a bunch of Big Macs. I feel there should be a situation where they have to stop it. Like once you've been deemed to break a world record, that's it. Mate, you're done. You're done, sir. You could, because like he broke the world record for 34,128 Big Macs eaten.
Mm-hmm.
So then he eats another one. Oh, congratulations! You just broke another world record. It's like no, like you can't just keep breaking what like that's unfair. That's not cricket. I don't know. But yeah,
This gentleman's name was Gorsk.
Donald Gorske, Gorske. So apparently to prove his Guinness World
There he
Record.
is. So Don Gorsk was in the documentary Super Size Me that came out 20 years ago, and he is listed as Big Mac enthusiast. So yeah, because like as you're saying, this sounds so familiar. Okay.
I mean, I definitely say he's definitely an enthusiast. That's one way of pointing it. So apparently, to prove his Guinness World Recordism, he has saved the receipt and package, not just the receipt and the package from every Big Mac he has ever eaten since May 17th, 1972. He said, at that moment, I said, I'm probably going to eat these for the rest of my life.
Bullshit.
For that documentary, he eats at least 3 of them a day.
But I appreciate, I appreciate later.
You're talking bullshit.
Right. I'm pretty sure after his first Big Mac, he wasn't like, I believe we're on a fun journey together, you and I, Big Mac. But yeah, anyway, so he said he was going to probably eat for the rest of his life. I threw the cartons in the back seat and started counting them from day one. This is
what's really annoying about this, and the added detail that he's also collecting the packages is Don Gorsk is married. He has a wife. He has a child. Someone actually went like, I want to have sex with this man and reproduce.
We need to make sure these genes are continuing on. The human race can't lose this. This is too important.
Been married since 1975, apparently.
Oh, so he's only 3 years into his weird world record. For those wondering, yes, he has tried other food. He once ate a Whopper from Burger King in 1984, but decided it just didn't hit the same spot. And then in the most, so Gorse said he hasn't suffered any ill health effects.
That's incredible.
His world record attempt. And he maintained his physique by abstaining from eating French fries.
Wait, he seriously said that? I bet he's one of those assholes that feels holier than thou when he orders a Diet Coke, too.
Yeah, sorry, pal. You've eaten, let me get this again, 34,128 Big Macs. Oh, but you don't eat French fries. Oh.
And he washes it down with a Diet Coke.
I fucking this guy. But yeah, I guess congratulations. So when you Googled it, did you see a picture of him? What's he look like?
Yeah. He actually looks kind of like John Lennon.
What?
This is from 20 years ago, but it's yeah.
It's spicy. What the fuck? He's not that skinny.
Well, again, this was 20 years ago.
I guess, but still 20 years ago was like 30 years into his Big Mac experience.
Mm-hmm.
God damn. I mean, I'm not gonna judge. I mean, look at me. I'm like a mop handle with a beanie hat on. But, I'm not eating 30,000 Big Macs every year, whatever. But yeah, I'm all right. Not gonna judge. Congratulations, David Gorsk, for breaking the Guinness World Records. But I hope Guinness stop, enlightening you, because you can't just keep. Not just you personally. There's other people that done this where they do something and then they say, "Oh, I'll just beat it by 1 and break the world." Once you break the world record, that's you. You've done it.
I mean, they keep counting the stats in basketball after so and so surpassed so and so's record. Like, as long as they're in the career, the number keeps going up.
But I'm going to tell you to your face, David. Look at me. Look at me in the eye. Huh? This is the last time I'm going to mention your name on this podcast. You're not going to get any more dumb of records, all right? Unless it's like not related to Big Macs, then maybe we'll talk. But if it's a world record related to Big Macs, you're dead to me, all right? Like Saquon Barkley going to the Philadelphia Eagles. What the fuck's it? Anyway,
Mike Fish dropping the hammer.
Truth bombs, as we like to say on the streets. Still to come. John Cena, Illuminati member, maybe. We don't know. We're not going to judge. But he did a movie recently that we were reviewing. Read tickety.
Son of a bitch.
Plus, middle of the show quiz and much, much more still coming up. So stick around. We'd appreciate you. Right back after the short break.
Everybody's got a colorful side. Here's ours. Lots of new color games for Game Boy Color, like Tetris DX, Wario Land 2, Zelda DX, Looney Tunes Carrot Crazy, Quest for Camelot, and there's R-Type Plus, Super Mario, and Conker's Pocket Tales. All bring Game Boy to a whole new level. New Game Boy Color. Now the games are as colorful as you.
It's now time for the middle of the show quiz.
Hey, welcome back to Waffle episode 141. It's the middle of the shows. If you ask me, it's perfect time for the middle of the show quiz. And as always, now we are playing Birthday Blackjack, where we are celebrating 5 celebrities that have celebrated a birthday over the past week. And Kush has to guess how old they are. So if you're not familiar with this, then you want to play along at home, I'm going to say random celebrity. Then you have to guess how old they are. And then depending on how actually old they are, you get a point. So if you say they're 50 and they're 45, you score 5 and you have to score less than 21 blackjack. You know what I mean? It's very easy to get along. So it's a good array of people for this past week. So Kush, are you ready to play?
I'm ready.
Birthday Blackjack.
Let's roll. Let's do it.
Number 1.
Celebrating their 5th. Oh, jeez, I was about to spoil it for some reason. There we go. So the number 1 is hip hop artist Common, aka Common Sense.
Yeah. So I call him more of an actor than a musician these days, but maybe we just use the blanket term artist.
He has dabbled in acting.
Yeah. 50.
Yeah, I did kind of say 50. There we go. Oh, he's 52.
All right. It's a better start than we had last week.
Yeah. So you're only 2. You're good to go. Now, I'll be honest. This next one, they enter the realm of they could be any old.
Number 2.
Music producer Rick Rubin.
Oh wow. Yeah. This is the guy who started up Def Jam Records with Russell Simmons.
And then he also helped produce like a Slipknot album, 99 Problems by Jay-Z. He's been around for a while, and he hasn't changed. Eminem recently, I think. Well, not recently, probably the last 10 years ago. But yeah, he's done a lot.
Rick Rubin, I believe Rick Rubin is 63.
He's going with 63.
He's probably older.
It's his 61st birthday.
Wow, good for me.
So after 2, you're at 4. You're at 4. This could be good. This could be good. Limber up, my friend. Limber up. Number 3. Singer, actress, dancer, and choreographer Liza Minnelli celebrates her birthday this week.
Yeah, it's
How old is
Judy
Liza
Garland's
Minnelli?
daughter. Jeez. I believe she's 78.
She is exactly 78 years old this year.
Ah! Karate kick.
Liza Minnelli's 78? Seriously, I hate that bitch.
Oh.
It's nothing personal, but when someone looks that good at 78, you can't help but feel like you're a piece of shit. And will probably die alone, except for your cats.
No.
No snuffles. I didn't mean anything by that. You know, Daddy loves you. He's just going through some things. Okay.
There you go. Okay. Thanks for that, Nathan.
Maybe hear less out of you tonight.
Number 4.
Yes, thank you, Nathan. Do you remember the Good Charlotte? The band Good Charlotte?
No. But
Oh.
I'm positive I've heard their music. I know the name, but yeah, I don't know.
Lifestyle, the rich and the famous,
That early 2000s jam.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Plenty of American Pie soundtracks, probably too.
Yeah, probably. So joint founders Joel and Benji Madden celebrate their birthday this year. How old are they?
Twins?
They are twins, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna guess 38.
Not bad. They're 45. 45. So that's 7 out. So you're 11. Oh, you're 11. So you got a good wiggle room coming into this final one. Ooh.
Number 5.
So number 5, actress Olivia Wilde celebrates her birthday this year. How old is Olivia Wilde? And considering you got 10 years wiggle room here, you can feel free to flex, my friend. I'll keep it
Jeez,
there.
I think she's pushing like 38.
You
I
going
want
with
to say
38?
40, but I'm sticking with 38.
Oh, you should have trusted your hidden.
Are you serious?
She turned 40 this week.
Fucking hell. Well,
Which means I'll have to take your first answer.
Yep.
But
so 38.
the 4 weeks we've been doing this is the best week. You have scored 13, which gives you, I think that's considered a victory.
Lowest number we've done. Yeah.
In
Nice.
Blackjack.
You win.
May I
That's-
petition a rule for going forward that if I hit it dead on the money, like I get a 5-point deduction?
Oh, that might be that might not be a bad idea. Yeah. Yeah, I could go with that. All right, from next week on.
Next week.
You hit 5 on. But you didn't even need it. You didn't even need it this week.
How great was
it? You know, if you trusted yourself, you could have got 2. You could have got 2 on an now.
That would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. All right.
But who would have thunk? Rick Rubin and Olivia Wilde would have been your 2. There you go. Anyway, right. That's been too nice and peaceful. Let's talk about some celebrities getting it on, but not in a sexual way, in the fighting way. In this week's Celebrity Battle Royale.
Let's get ready to rumble!
So, as always, with Celebrity Battle Royale, we pit 4 celebrities against each other, and Kush has to decide which order they live in each other from the match, and which one is going to be declared as the Celebrity Battle Royale champion. Since we are talking about Ricky Stanicky this week in this week's movie review, and
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. And John Cena has seen his fair old battles over his lifetime, and now I've got the hiccups. I apologize. So, I thought, we would pit 4. That's 3. 4 John Cena characters against each other to see which
interesting.
one would be the Celebrity Battle Royale champion this week. So, entering in corner number 1, we have John Triton from the Marine.
Oh, okay.
In corner number to Chris Van Horn from Hidden Strike.
Oh, yeah.
The Jackie Chan movie.
Okay.
Corner number 3, Ron from Vacation Friends.
Oh, I haven't watched that shit.
Oh, you haven't seen that? There's 2 of them.
I know there's a sequel now. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 of them. And in corner number 4, if you've seen the recent news, from apparently not the DC universe, Peacemaker.
Oh, wow.
Did you see that? Apparently, Peacemaker. They're going to release season 2 of Peacemaker, but apparently, season 1 is not part of the DCU universe, but season 2 is going to. Fucking hell.
Yeah, it'll confuse some people, but it'll probably still be funny.
Yeah. So we got Ron from Vacation Friends, Peacemaker, Chris Van Horn from Hidden Strike, and John Tyson from the Marine.
Yeah. Well, this is you might be mad about this. This is going to be one of the quickest 4-way death matches ever. Peacemaker has a little visor and he just vaporizes the other 3 at the end. Sorry. And then peace was established.
The peace was established.
So
what about the
I was
Marine?
almost thinking about having Ferdinand the Bull do a run in. But then Peacemaker showed up and I was like, Like Ron didn't have a chance. Like there's nothing special about the guy. He might as well be the dad from Blockers. Did you see Blockers?
I did see Blockers.
Yeah, very funny.
But what about if John Cena himself, because he's invisible, came up and like rolled the Peacemaker up 1, 2, 3.
Well, Peacemaker would still pull out his gun and shoot him, anyways. So John Cena could win the match, but Peacemaker would still murder John Cena.
So it'd be like a moral victory, I guess. But
it'd probably be a no contest at that point, or a terrorist event, or I don't know.
The Nevada State Commission would probably frown upon vaporizing.
The Oregon Athletic Board, they get a little pissy about things like that.
Anyway, congratulations, John Cena, for winning that in one way or the other. Now we're gonna venture into a movie review now in a section of the show where Kush reviews a movie in a section we call Kush's movie review, and we're in a rare situation where both I and Kush have seen the movie, and for some reason we haven't texted each other. I purposely did this. We haven't communicated about this movie. For some reason, I feel that we're gonna have. I don't know why. I feel that we're gonna have differing opinions on this movie.
Okay.
But let's find out as we introduce this week's Kush's movie review.
Kush's movie review.
Wow. Busy weekend for Mr. John Cena. Are you doing a thing?
Oh, your time is now. You can't see me. Your time is now. Something. John Cena is now. You can't see me. John Cena is now. There you go.
All right. Untouchable, but forcing you to feel him.
That was a word life.
Word life. Basic thugonomics.
Welcome everyone to Kush's movie review. This week's movie review is Ricky Stanicky, featuring professional wrestling legends John Cena and the other guy who's in Iron Claw.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. So we are talking Ricky Stanicky. You can see this for free with an Amazon Prime subscription. It is a hard R. Maybe it's a mild R. There's a lot of language in it. And the gross out humor, they could have probably pushed it, but it's an R. 1 hour and 53 minutes. And yeah, I bet we could have peeled some of that time back. You know, I bet we could have gotten rid of 23 of these minutes and would have had the same movie. probably would have had a better movie. But that's just my opinion. Directed by Academy Award winner Peter Farrelly. You know him from Green Book. You know him from we spoke about it about a year ago. The greatest beer run ever. It was the greatest beer run, but it wasn't the greatest movie. And then of course, going way back in the time machine with his brother, he directed Something About Mary. So 8 writers on this thing, Mike, including Mr. Farrelly. But we're no again. Rule of 3, if there's more than 3 of you, I normally just keep it to first names, but there's 8 of these motherfuckers. So
too many cooks in the kitchen.
Too many goddamn cooks in the kitchen. Stars Zac Efron, John Cena, comedian Andrew Santino, Jermaine Fowler, and then for some reason, William H. Macy is in this. I don't know why that man's in there. I'm going to guess William H. Macy heard we're doing the production in Australia, and was like, "Oh, I'd like to go to Australia. A couple of weeks down there, that might be nice." And I feel like that's how they got William H. Macy. This is for some reason an American production, despite the fact that it was actually funded with Australian tax credits.
Yeah, I when I was doing a little bit of research, I thought this is all filmed in Melbourne, but they pretended it was in Rhode Island or something. It's like,
that's right.
Why? Just say
cheaper.
It was in Australia. No, but just say
it's Australia.
It's in Australia. I don't know why you're trying to suggest it's Rhode Island when it's not.
Yeah, I don't know why it needed to be Rhode Island. There's nothing to indicate it's Rhode Island. I guess they do a trip to Vegas at one point, which is where we meet John Cena. Oh, it's Atlantic City?
So they go to Jersey.
They go to Jersey. Yeah. I don't know what the gambling situation's like in Australia, but whatever. I went into this cold. I'd been getting some emails about it, like John Cena's in a new raunchy comedy, and the poster is one of the most foreign things I've ever seen. Like, you ever seen like a foreign language film, and then just like they have a couple weird cut scenes, but there's no context for it. So like, you just see John Cena in drag, but it looks like he's been a prison bitch the entire night. Like, but you're like, what is this? What Amazon? What are you trying to send me here? What's going on? Anyway, there's a big explanation why John Cena's in drag. Again, I went in this cold, so I think the nicest thing I could say is I'm surprised and relieved it was not a Drop Dead Fred remake. Because the way it was going, I was like, oh, are these 3 guys, Zach, Andrew, and Jermaine, are they having some sort of shared midlife crisis, and now their imaginary friend has been willed into the world? Thankfully, no.
I can see that. Yeah, I see.
Thankfully, no. Dude, this was not a good movie. There's funny parts in it. They're ha-has. Kush Hayes laughed. John Cena is very funny. In fact, I think he might actually have like a small career as like a raunchy stand-up. Like, his timing is really good. You see a lot of range. He looks cracked out sometimes, and it's just like, whoa, like, how are you doing that, man? Also, you're way too jacked to be going through any of this. They bring that up, by the way. Jermaine Fowler and was like, "Hey, man, how are you so jacked?" He's like, "Steroids. They're amazing." I thought that was very funny, but then I was also like, "You still gotta exercise when you're on steroids. Steroids actually just make you puffy.
Steroids
doesn't just give you muscles." So, anyway,
probably.
I don't know, Mike. This isn't anything I would absolutely recommend to anybody. I'm giving it a 2 out of 5. Again, there's potential in this. It's Peter Farrelly. That man knows how to make a movie, but this thing had 8 writers. The story is just dumb. Again, John Cena is fearless, but Zac Efron, Andrew Santino, and Jermaine Fowler, they're just there. Mike, you got anything you want to add? I'm giving it a 2 out of 5.
I would, if you're 5 points, I would give it. I would give it like a high 2, because I thought it was just like, yeah, this movie. But even though it's such at the end of the movie when it has maybe we're not doing too many spoilers here, but it has a cliche twist at the end of the movie. But even though it's cliche, I must admit, when I was watching it, I didn't see it coming.
Oh,
And so
really?
there was part of like, oh, wow, oh, okay. And so maybe that made me enjoy the movie a little bit more than I was at the time. But yeah, I thought Zac Efron was very fun. All the actors were fun, but yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't. This isn't a movie yet. I'm gonna write. Oh my god, you need to see this movie. This is great. I think this is a very good movie. Like if you're sitting at home and you're like, oh, I don't know what to watch. Stick this on. This is a good brain numbing. You don't have to think that much movie.
You definitely don't have to think much.
Yeah, it's not a bad movie. I don't think, and maybe like, but I think if you're looking at the cast of this movie, if you're looking at this, if you're looking at Zac Efron's history, no, Iron Claw, he did a thing, but like, if you're looking at Zac Efron, John Cena, and the rest of the cast in a movie called Ricky Stanicky, if you're expecting a Oscar-winning movie, I don't know what. Maybe.
I mean, again, Cena
more new, but I think
Cena
it's a fun movie
the entire time, dude. Like again, his character is just bonkers. What's the word I'm looking for? Just short of a psychopath, to be honest, man. But he's delightful and charming, and no matter what stupid thing he says, everybody loves him. That's what we're dealing with here.
And like you alluded to, again, try to avoid, but like you said, he was going cold on certain substances at some point, it seemed, and it was very believable. He did that very well. So you would give it 2 out. I'm gonna, on this rare circumstance where I actually saw the movie you're reviewing, maybe because I had such low expectations going into this, I enjoyed it a little bit more. So I'll give it 3 out of 5. But it's a fun, wacky movie. What can you say? I guess
it wants to be wacky. It definitely wants to be fun. Again, Peter Farrelly, he does the zany comedies, with Something About Mary, and then Dumb and Dumber, Kingpin. Those are all the late '90s stuff, though. He hasn't really. I'm surprised he got an Academy Award for Green Book, but he really hasn't been hitting them out of the park lately. What else was I going to say here? Oh, back to the cast. There's one cast member of this movie it's the minorest of roles. Nathan Jones. For those of you who don't know Nathan Jones, he was a pro wrestler. You popped?
When I was watching it, even though you told me he was in it, when I saw him, I was like, what? Jones, look at him.
Nathan Jones is famous for 2 things. The older I get, the more I feel like this was a work. But Nathan Jones's backstory is he was a former Australian bank robber who was incarcerated, and then one day there was a prison guard strike, so all the prisoners are just left in their cells, except Nathan Jones finally got really hangry, and he ripped the bars off of his cell, and then he went to go feed all the prisoners through their cages. I got a feeling that's some bullshit. However, it's a great goddamn story. And then the second thing he's famous for is they were trying to make him a thing in WWE. They were trying to give him a really good push. They're pairing him up with The Undertaker. And I think he's like 7 feet tall, right? Like he's a big boy.
Yeah, he's a big boy, yeah.
So travel is awful for this man. Like I sympathize, and I'm only a foot shorter. However, they finally did an Australian tour, and then he went, "Have a great time, guys. Yeah. I'm not going with you. I'm staying home."
Yeah, that's the story I remember hearing. Is that he was touring with them, and then once they did an Australian tour, he waited till they paid for him to go to Australia, and then he was like, "Yeah, I quit. I'm staying here. Peace out, bitches."
Yep. YOLO,
which is unprofessional and yet badass at the same time. Like, good.
It is unprofessional, but I also, again, I relate. I sympathize. They want him to do that 300 times a year. I don't know, dog. But anyways, so when I saw
him, it was good to see him though. He looks good.
He does look good.
Considering I haven't seen him probably in 20 years.
Well, did you see Mad Max Fury Road?
Oh, I might have, but I might have missed him in it. But in terms of, okay, my last wrestling time I saw him was around 2003.
Yeah, yes.
So, yeah, he looks...
Wrestling-wise, you only saw him in
exactly the
2003.
fucking same.
Yeah. So when he did pop up, I was like, I wonder if they're in Australia. Like, he'll go to, like, Asia.
That bitch does not want to leave Australia.
He'll do some martial arts movies in, like, Thailand and all that, and that trip's a lot. It's significantly shorter than Rhode Island. However, again, when I saw Nathan Jones, I was like, I wonder if they're in Australia. And then I waited in the credits, and sure enough, they were in Australia the entire time, to the point where Australia gave them money to be there. Like, here's Zac Efron, have some money. And Zac Efron was like, oh, thank you, good day.
Well, because I did look at the timeline. So this movie was apparently filmed between February and March 2023.
Right before the strike.
And they wrapped previously about a month or two earlier on Iron Claw.
Okay.
Which surprised, because I was like, I must admit, when I saw Zac Efron in this movie, I did look at his arms, and he was still jacked.
Mm-hmm.
He was still jacked a bit, but he was off the. I'm not going to suggest anything, but he may or may not have been off the roids. Roids aren't bad.
Well, Zach is definitely on supplements.
Steroids.
I don't know if he's on roids, but he's definitely on supplements to get that pro wrestling body that you saw in Iron Claw.
If you want to get big for a movie role, Mike Fish says go with the roids, but just don't misuse them, because that's when you get roid rage. Don't do that. Just use them unsupervised. But anyway, yeah, you could tell that it's because Zac Efron still had the vein every now and again. You could see it, but it was still. Maybe I was looking at his arms too much.
You might have. I mean, John Cena's arms are ridiculous in this. So when we do that music montage where he's doing all the different impressions, I was like, this is funny, but his size makes it weird. I don't know why, but it does.
I can see that. If he was a smaller guy, it would have been funnier.
If he was a small, if I could see guy from The Hangover, not Zac Efron, Galifianakis. I could see Galifianakis doing that if he lost some weight. Yeah, but again, go ahead.
I was gonna say, sorry, that scene did catch me off guard, because when he was, even after he was explaining his act, for some reason in my head I was kind of trying to think of songs that already referenced masturbation.
Okay.
So when they showed his act where he was changing lyrics to songs to be about, I did honestly have a little chuckle, out loud chuckle. I was like, oh, okay, this is fun. Because I was thinking maybe like Kiss, Love Gun, Love Gun. But is that?
Well, you also got to remember they have to acquire the rights to these songs too.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe because they switched up the lyrics and it's a parody now, maybe they can get away with that. But Kiss isn't signing off on that, or at least they didn't in this one situation.
Weird Al Yankovic was maybe an advisor on this movie.
I would have not been mad at that. If that was real, I would not have been mad at that. So
now I want the album. John Cena and Weird Al Yankovic doing an album together.
John Cena is a very funny dude. He's got very good timing. He shows a lot of interesting range in this that I don't think was used well. But I'm pretty sure John Cena could start a whole third career just doing like stand-up comedy or even song parodies. He's a platinum rapper. Why couldn't he hook up with Weird Al?
Well, I could see him doing like the Comedy Central roasts. He'd be good at that.
He'd be very good at that. Yeah.
But yeah,
anyways.
Okay. In closing, in a weird, bizarre way, I think we can conclude, Kush, and agree. Ricky Stanicky, 2 out of 5, but in a weird way, watch it. I think we should watch it. I think it's interesting. Don't expect it to be great, but it's an interesting movie.
If you like Peter Farrelly, you'll like stuff in this.
If you're bored, if you're bored on like a weekend or whatever, stick it on. It's not that bad. But yeah, don't expect much. 2 out of 5. Ricky Stanicky. And as we've already learned, this led to John Cena and his Illuminati hazing at the Oscars.
I didn't think it'd get more embarrassing than Ricky Stanicky, and then he walked out naked on the stage. I'm like, oh my god. And is fearless, and he deserves our respect.
Even though we can't see them. Anyway, let's wrap this shit up. If you ask me. That's end of a story that's going to make us feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Let's talk about this week's feel-good story of the week.
It's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. It's insane. Can I hear it again?
All right, real quick before we get into this week's feel-good story of the week, let's talk about this week's letdown. So I was trying. So I have, I guess I always talk about the news stories, and I have like familiar sources that normally do me well.
Okay.
And then there was one source that I thought, oh, okay, this could be a good feel-good story of the week. Headline: Pilot delivers baby mid-flight and reveals the newborn's nickname. So I was thinking, oh, okay, wow, look at this pilot. He's piloting, and he stops piloting to help give birth to this baby, and he reveals the newborn's nickname. Maybe the newborn's nickname is maybe after pilot, and that'd be really feel good, right? Turns out the newborn's nickname is Sky Baby, which is not very original.
You know what? That's gonna be Sky Baby is gonna be a lady killer when he's 17. Yeah. Is Sky Baby a boy or a girl?
I cared not to look.
Because if it's a boy, he's gonna be a lady killer, and if it's a girl, she's gonna be a stripper named Sky Baby.
I'll check that out. And then in BBC.com, they have an uplifting story section, which is it seems like a safe place to look, right? Sure. Until one of their headlines, and let me repeat, like I don't know anything about fashion designing.
Okay,
but
this is true.
In the uplifting stories section, they had a headline that said, US fashion designer Irish Apfel dies, age 102.
Oh.
That was in their uplifting news story section.
Well, the title is not uplifting, but I bet it turned out to be something like he clothed refugees from the Holocaust.
Maybe, but that just seemed mean. Like, what did they do that upset you, BBC?
Nobody liked him, and they're so happy he's gone.
But anyway, I found this fantastic story, and here we go.
Okay.
So Steve Whitehouse and Kevin Marriott worked for Serco Garbage Collection in Tipton in England. And one day on their rounds, they saw a young woman screaming from the balcony of a townhouse. Steve said, quote, all I could think was that I needed to get to her as quickly as possible. So what had happened? So this woman was screaming as this townhouse was in flames, fire. So Whitehouse climbed up to the first floor balcony and carried the woman down to safety from the burning building.
Cool.
He returned back up to the balcony to help a young man, but he found the young man shouting to his dog that was still inside. So after bundling the dog in a blanket, Steve Whitehouse climbed down and told the owner to throw the dog down to him. He then caught the dog, and the garbage man returned up to the balcony to help the man down from the building. His partner, Kevin Marriott, went door to door shouting for people to get clear of the connecting townhomes in case they all went in fires as well. So both the man and the dog were suffering from smoke inhalation when 19 firefighters, this is how serious it was, 19 firefighters finally arrived from West Midlands Fire and Rescue. The dog was treated on site while the man was rushed to the hospital. Quote, I have no doubt that without Steve's incredible bravery and the outcome could have been very different, said senior firefighter Chris Green. I have no idea how he managed to do what he did. It was heroic. The fire and the smoke were coming out of the property's rear door like a blowtorch. According to the BBC, the two garbage men debriefed and recovered over a cup of coffee and went right back to finish their collection rounds. Fucking badasses, man.
Nice.
Like,
anyone else, and it would have totally been understandable, taking the rest of the day off. Like, no one would have blamed him. Like, yeah, you had a big day, man.
Anyone else, I would have been, the most I would have done was like, oh, garbage man Mike Fish saw a fire and called 911 and then carried on with the rest of his life. Like, there's no way I'm doing that. But Jesus,
no one would have blamed you for that either.
Jesus Christ. Like, what a guy. What a guy. Right. Don't get me wrong. I hate to try to be, but Kevin Marriott, shout out to you. You did your thing. But the fact that Steve went up to save the woman, came back down with the woman, went back up, saved the dog, came back down with the dog, went back up, saved the other man, saved the dog, saved the man. And then Kevin's like, oh, I'll just let the neighbors know there's a fire. We're a team, right? We're a team. We're like Kevin did his thing, but Steve deserves credit. Steve's a lot more credit. I'm just saying. But there you go, man. Like,
based on the story, and again, my local geography is terrible, let alone my international geography. But I have a feeling like the fire department was ways away from the incident. Like they could. There was no way they were going to get there quicker.
Yeah, for him to do for 3 rounds up to, and then for the, but also, yes, I'm going to assume they arrived when they could, but imagine Steve's face after he went up. I've saved 2 humans and a dog, and then all of a sudden 19 firefighters turn up. So fuck you. Where the fuck have you been?
Yeah. Could have used a little help here, guys. You want me to get the hose for you too?
Yeah, shout out to Serco Garbage Men, Steve Whitehouse and Kevin Marriott, saving not only 2 humans, but a canine's life. Because as we all know, it's scientifically proved, canines' lives are more important than ours because, they don't judge. They're nice people. They're not people, they're canines, but, they're nice. Right? Kush, I think we agree on that, right? Dogs are nicer than humans.
I'm not mad that the dog got saved.
Let's just face it. Let's face it. It's facts. Yeah.
I'll just go.
Church dogs. Yeah.
The show's going to the dogs.
Oh, we love dogs. We love dogs in this show. That wraps up this week's show.
It's a good show. It's a good show.
It was a good show, if you ask me, and if you ask Kush, and we're the only 2 here. So if you don't believe us, then it's a shame.
What's your fucking problem?
Yeah, what the fuck, right? Big things. What are we going to talk about this week of things coming up?
We actually will have a microdose this week, and it'll be with funniest man in the room, Drew Angelman, and we are going to talk about all things Oscars '96. So,
fuck is this guy? He's funnier than me. You trying to say?
I gave him that nickname before we ever did this show, so don't worry about that, man. Don't worry about that. But he was very.
I'll let him off then.
All right. He's repeat guest, so probably true.
But big things coming up for this podcast and that podcast. But real quick, remember, hit the like, subscribe, and follow button with whichever podcast feed that you're listening to, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcast, or YouTube. Don't forget, you can also be part of this podcast, whether it be an upcoming Celebrity Battle Royal, a movie review, or just your thoughts. You can give us a call, leave your voicemail, 347-559-5227. That is 347-559-5227. Leave us a voicemail, and we might leave that on this show. Also coming up in, 8 weeks, 7-8 weeks, we are celebrating our 3rd birthday as a Waffle Box podcast. So Wednesday, the 1st of May.
That's exciting.
You should check us out live on YouTube and Facebook and other platforms. Just follow at Waffle Box on Twitter. You'll see. But yeah, we'll do a live special podcast for our 3rd anniversary. And then, Jesus, there's so much to look forward to. In about 4 weeks' time, we're going to be doing some extra bonus podcasts for WrestleMania, the showcase of the Immortals, where we'll be talking about WrestleMania 2-night extravaganza. So, night 1, our thoughts of night 1 is going to be coming up on the Waffle Box feed. And if you want to hear our night 2 feeds, make sure you go to the microdose. So it's a cross-promotion extravaganza. So make sure you subscribe to this podcast and microdose. So go to bosnet.family to subscribe to that, so you hear our thoughts on night 1, night 2 on both of the feeds. It's good. We'll get more into it closer to the dates, but just give you a heads up. It's gonna be there's a lot of stuff going on. It's gonna be amazing.
It's good time. Good time to be alive.
Oh my god, it's so much. I'm excited. But yeah, follow us at Wafflebox on Twitter/X. Follow me at OnlyMikeFish. Go to Facebook and follow him at Cushford Hayes. It's a good night from me. It's a good night from him. Mr. Lathan, final thoughts.
Good night, everyone. If you've learned anything from this week's episode, it's to tip your garbage men. Because you never know, one day they may save your life when you decide to burn your house down. Anywho, have an amazing week and stay sexy.
Until next week. Take care of yourselves. And each other.
That's all, folks.
At first I thought the real world was run by men. And then there was a minute where I thought it was run by horses.
Play me off, Johnny!